What do you know in that future self that you don't know now? Who do you need to be that person? What do you need to learn in order to be that millionaire? Getting into a vibrational match to that thing that you desire. And the law of vibration really precedes the law of attraction because you will attract whatever you're vibrating at. You don't attract what you want, you attract who you are. You attract where your frequency is. So what does that mean and how do you actually do it? I'll tell you, I have clients where, we start with a vision. No matter where we're at, you've got to start with a vision. And then when I have them really step into that vision, live in their imagination, I'll ask them certain questions. And those questions help them to kind of tune in to the vibration of that thing that they desire. And so in that tuning in, it's almost like the radio station, right? Some of us our age know what that is. Some of the younger folks don't. But think about a cell phone. Again, I can dial any 7-digit number. For some countries, might take 10, but any set of numbers, and that will get me to a specific person or a specific business. When you think about that, I mean, there are millions, billions of possibilities. Yet when I dial a number, it puts me on a frequency, that one frequency that connects me to my son or to my grandmother or to my cousin on the other side of the planet. That is how vibration works. That is how frequency works. There is a specific frequency where your dream is located, where your goal is located, where your vision is housed. And what we need to do is get really good at fine-tuning those numbers so that we can hone in on what's required to get our dream, to bring it into our life. So when I talk about asking certain questions, there's certain things that I want people to step into is, if you are truly living this life, who would you be? What would be important to you? What would be your set of beliefs? What do you have to learn? What do you know in that future self that you don't know now? And what's interesting to me, and what I want to bring to your attention, because I get this sometimes with my new clients who, are just kind of getting their feet wet in working with me, is I'll hear more of the same. And so what that means is, they may be a positive person, and so they want this big, abundance stream, and they're learning the law of attraction. And so I'll say, okay, you're here right now. You're here on one side of the bridge. On the other side is your dream life. You see it clearly. You've lived in that. You've imagined it. You've told me what it feels like, smells like, tastes like, what the experience is. Now tell me, how is this person different from this person here? This vision that you have of who you are, living this life, attracting this life, how is that different from who you are being right now in this moment? Who do you need to be that person? And what I'll hear is, if they're positive, they'll be like, well, I just need to, I need to be positive. I need to visualize my vision. I need to work the law of attraction and just believe it. And in my mind, I'm thinking, no, that's not it. Not that I ever put anything in anyone's mouth. Sometimes I do because I'm a teacher or mind, but that's not it, because more of the same is only going to bring you more of the same. You're not here yet. You're here. This is a different person. This requires you to be a new person. Who is that person that is living that life? It's not just a little more of you. So we want to get really clear on what is it going to take. What is it going to take? So another example is, let's say you want to be a millionaire, and right now you're making 50,000 a year. And I ask you, okay, what do you need to learn in order to be that millionaire? And again, they'll say, well, I need to learn how to attract. I need to learn an abundance mindset. I need to learn prosperity mindset. And I said, yes, that's great. I don't dismiss them, but I'm like, yeah, that's well and dandy. But there are skills a millionaire has that you don't. Otherwise, you'd be a millionaire. So there are certain skills, and it could be, how do you save? How do you invest? Learning about money management, learning what's required to be wealthy, learning that abundance mindset. It means being frugal because you are holding off on current luxuries in order for future reward. It may mean patience. This person here is patient. This person here is a master money manager. This person here, knows how to start businesses. They're not just good at their job. A job will never get you to that level. They know how to invest. They've learned, different fields, stock market, investing, businesses. There's a lot that is required to cross that bridge. So what we don't want to do is be delusional. And what I talk to my clients all about is a spiritual bypass of, oh, I'm just gonna think positive and the law of attraction is gonna work. Because I tell you, the people that study the law of attraction, they work. They work hard. The ones that are teaching it, that are making the millions, that are on the big stages, they worked hard. And you can name any single person that's gotten to an elevated place where they're financially free, or they've had this world-renowned brand that they've created. And it was never because they sat on their couch and then just thought it up. They worked.